This video we will be doing a knit stitch block. When every single row is a knit stitch, that creates the textures called a stockinette. But here's what the square looks like when it's done. Here's the front. This is what the back looks like. Now this project can be done on any 1/2" gauge loom that has at least 50 pegs on it. I am using Lion Brand Basic Stitch yarn in Beige Heather. This is a number 4 worsted weight yarn with 185 yards. The pattern is rowed out in 2 different ways on here. I have it rowed out row by row. Since row 7 and 8 is a repeat, I just have row 7 and 8 wrote here, and you can like tally them off as you go. The arrows show what end of the loom your working yarn is coming from to really help you keep track of right where you're at. Other way, you can follow this chart. If it's an empty square, it's a knit stitch. If the square has a dot in it, that is a purl stitch. As you can see, you'll do row 1 through 6, row 7 and 8. It's highlighted there. That's because those are the 2 rows that you repeat over and over until you get to row 95 and you finish it out. We will be using Lion Brand yarn, Basic Stitch, the anti-pilling yarn, and it's number 4 worsted weight. Here we go, in Beige Heather. I like the feel of this yarn. It's nice and soft. I've already got my center pull out. The loom I'm using is my KB rotating double knit loom. I'm using the outside loom topper. You can use either or. I've got the 52 peg topper. As long as your loom has 50 pegs on it, you're good. Peg 1, the first 6 pegs and the last 6 pegs, you're going to seed stitch the entire project to give you that border around it. I've got purl stitches marked, only going in that direction. So it'll be purl 1, knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, and this would be a purl 1 all the way back over here. And then you got purl 1, knit 1, purl 1, knit, well, it'll be knit 2 because you got that last one. And then when you turn around, come the opposite way, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1 all the way back. And it'll be purl 1, knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, and then knit. I'll go over that a little better. We're doing a chain cast on. Take the tail of your yarn over top the working yarn, and then you're going to pull the working yarn up through, and you have created a knot. I'm going to put working yarn behind peg 1, and then, okay, got the working yarn behind peg 1. Here's that loop I created, my slip knot. Pull the working yarn through that, and we're going to tighten it up. We're creating a new loop here. That's just the tail. Get that back there out of the way. See, I created a new loop. The new loop goes behind peg 2. There'll be 2 lines, and you pull that working yarn through, making a new loop behind peg 3. We got our cast on done. Now this entire project, like I showed you in the chart, it's done using 2 different stitches. I'm going to show you how to do your knit stitch and how to do your purl stitch, and then come back and show you guys how to do your bind off. Now each row, as we've got this little edging area, it's going to be purl 1, knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1. Every row is going to start out like that. So your purl stitch, you hold your working yarn below the stitch that's on the peg, your loom tool down through the top of that stitch, and you're going to catch it, pull it up. You've created a new loop. That's a new stitch. Take the old one off, new one on. I'm doing knit purl, so the knit stitch, I'm just doing a U stitch. It's super simple. Around the front, around the back like a U, knit over, bottom loop over the top. Working yarn below the stitch on the loom, pull it up through the bottom, old stitch off, new stitch on. This is going to be another knit one. Working yarn across the front and around the back in a U shape. Another purl. Working yarn up through the bottom of the stitch, old stitch off, new stitch on, and of course U stitch. This area all the way to the other end is just U stitch, and then when you get over to the other end you will have purl 1, knit 1, purl 1, knit 2. Work back and forth, following your chart, marking your rows until you are at your bind off. We are at our bind off. You want to take and wrap the working yarn 2.5 to 3 times around the loom, and then cut so you have enough yarn to work the entire bind off. Working yarn is coming from peg 1. With your loom tool, you're going to pull the working yarn up through the stitch on peg 2. You're going to go back 1, down through the stitch on peg 1. Okay. So now we're going to skip a peg, pull up, go back, pull down. What that means is we're skipping peg 2 because our working yarn is still at peg 1 at this point. That was just setting up this bind off. Skip peg 2, working yarn up through the stitch on peg 3. We're going to go back 1 stitch or 1 peg and pull the working yarn down through the stitch on peg 2, which if you notice there was 2 on it at that point. Working yarn's coming from peg 2. Skip peg 3, yarn up through, we got 2 there, yarn back and down. Take it off the loom. When you first take it off the loom, it's going to want to kind of roll and curl, and the reason that is when you do just one stitch, like a knit stitch or a purl stitch, your tension is different on the front of the stitch than it is on the back. You got bars going this way, and you got those going that way. So what that does, especially right here where that changes, it's wanting to cause it to curl. What you do is you hand wash it, and then you lay it out flat. Put something on it, lay it flat to dry. When I first get stuff off the loom, I want to take and kind of stretch it every way I can, help even out stitches. Of course, here's my stitch marker still on the back of it. I don't want to lose track of where I was at, so I had plenty of stitch markers on there. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Questions, comments, please leave them in the comment section below. My email is in the video description below, thehypnotichysteria@gmail.com. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, follow, turn on those notifications. Guys, have a wonderful day.